Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, we talk about entrepreneurship. We talk about the entrepreneurship journey and, quite frankly, anything that has to do with entrepreneurship. I know I have not been posting for some time now. Those are stories for other days. But today, I just wanted to talk about winning. I wanted to talk about failure, and I wanted to talk about why it is so important sometimes to just fail and why you never learn anything from winning. Yeah? Disclaimer, guys, we all start businesses to succeed, we all start businesses to win. No one works so hard to fail, and no one is sacrificing so much and getting tired and having sleepless nights for failure. No one starts a business for failure, but we need to be realistic about our entrepreneurship journeys, and not our individual entrepreneurship journey, but the entrepreneurship journey as a whole. We need to be realistic about it. Guys, it's impossible. It is impossible to start a business today. Okay, practically, it is possible for some people, but when you're realistic about it, it is impossible for you to start a business today and be a multi-billionaire tomorrow. It is highly impossible. There are some stages of entrepreneurship that you cannot miss. There are some stages of entrepreneurship that are compulsory for you to actually go through in order for you to make this thing work, in order for you to sustain, to make it a sustainable businesses. So guys, I just want us to unpack entrepreneurship failure and how to actually handle it, because in most cases, guys, if you are not failing, it means you're not learning anything in life. Because winning, always, guys, you won't learn anything from winning. So as much as we plan for the win, we plan to be successful, but then what happens when you fail? What happens when you actually fail? Because in most cases, guys, entrepreneurship is about problem solving. Entrepreneurship is about failure upon failure upon failure upon failure. You think that you are going through the worst, like you think that you are having this other, like the most awful entrepreneurship experience, until you talk to another entrepreneur, like genuinely, and until you talk to someone who's genuinely open about their journey, and you're like, oh fuck, actually I'm actually not alone. You also seeing the same flames that I'm seeing. So entrepreneurship is about failure, and making a lot of mistakes, and you need to understand that you can never learn if you don't take the mistakes and your failures seriously. You need to take the lesson seriously. You need to learn the lesson, guys, because if you don't learn the lesson, the very same mistake, the very same failures are going to keep coming. They're going to keep happening until you get the lesson. The lesson has to be learned. Like, entrepreneurship is so patient. You can keep on making the same mistakes, like for a series of 12 months, and you're going to be failing for a series of 12 months because you need to take the lessons very seriously. You need to be able to analyze situations and find out ways of mitigating the very same situations in future. We've got a tendency of jumping on something and unfortunately it does not work. For instance, let's say you've got a marketing campaign and the marketing campaign is not working. Instead of us looking at the facts, why is this thing not working and how can I make it better, how can I improve it, you drop it completely. You move on to the next thing. How can I, you quickly move on to the next thing without analyzing why did you fail and how can you actually make this thing better and how can you make it work. You need to learn how you can make it work. Even though you are moving on to something else or something better, you need to learn the lesson that you have been taught on the previous failure. So, and I want us to be easy on ourselves, guys. You need to be easy on yourself because you are in the lead in this business. If you are not easy on yourself, you're never going to be easy on the business itself. You are going to keep changing things and being miserable about everything because you're not easy on yourself, you're not easy on the business. So it's important for you to be easy on yourself. Learn the lessons that need to be learned and move on. Some of the mistakes that I've done it was trying to scale too quickly, you could do better business somewhere. When you see that, okay, you need a better location and you decide that, okay, I just want to scale my business without analyzing. Like, I was not analyzing, why is my business not doing well where it is currently at? Is it because there are no customers? Is it because there's something that I'm doing? Is it because of theft? Why do I believe the business is not doing well? Instead of sitting down and going through all those things and analyzing and whatever, I just want a solution, but I don't want to understand the problem. And I think that's what led to a lot of my failures in offices. I think that's what led to a lot of those offices failing, as much as some of the offices were in good spaces, but because I was not dealing with the core problem, and which was systems and operations. It was an internal thing, completely internal thing. Yes, we had the customers, but the control systems in the business were not in proper and they were not in check, and I was really not so hard about them. So wherever you open a business, if the systems and controls are not in place, it is not going to work, guys. It is not going to work. So that's why I say that some things you need to go through in order for you to actually understand them, and in order for you to avoid them. Yeah, that's one of the mistakes that I did, and I had to learn the hard way. Very expensive mistake. So guys, sometimes you need to fail. You need to fail proper in order for you to learn from a business. You need to learn, like, you need to fail proper. Like, that mistake needs to cost you, like, in order for you to actually understand that this thing is not working, and the reason why it's not working is because of this and this and this and this and this and this. And as I move on to the next option B or plan B, I need to have that thing in mind. The first thing did not work because of this. I moved too quickly or I moved too slowly. So on this thing, this time around, I need to pace myself. You don't just move quickly. You need to pace yourself. You need to analyze a lot of things. Things can be avoided if you've got mentors and coaches and things like that. And unfortunately, some things are mandatory, especially in the first 5 years of business. There's some things that you need to learn, guys. I'm telling you, if you're building a business from scratch, there are some things that are mandatory for you to go through in order for you to make it work. There's some things that are just, you can't miss the school fees. You just need to go through those things in order for you to make this a success. So guys, with that said, I don't know, what are the mistakes that you think you have made in your business, and how did you overcome them? Did you learn something from them, or you kept making the same mistakes like I did, or what? Please do let me know in the comment. And just you must always remember, guys, that a business is a baby. Like, as much as cliche as that sounds, but you need to understand that a business is a baby. No baby comes out crawling, no baby comes out running. It's a step-by-step process. Babies fall and you pick them up and they cry and you pick them, but the journey the journey continues. The baby is growing. The baby becomes even stronger. So businesses are like babies. You need to nurture them, you need to feed them. No matter the situation, you just need to continue feeding them. If this does not work, try this, but you don't kill the baby because the baby is not working. The baby is not walking. If the baby is not walking, you go and see specialists. You check, okay, why is my baby not walking? And the specialists give you medicine, or they refer you to other specialists for you to get assistance on the baby. And if you are active with the baby, if you are taking steps to ensure that your baby is growing well and your baby is able to walk, reaching her milestones or his milestones, there's no way that the baby is not gonna walk. So you need to be patient with your babies, guys. Be patient with your babies. You must never compare your baby with another person's baby, because obviously the growth is not the same.